Ladies and gents, it is perhaps the last round one battle. Is this the last round one battle?
Yeah,
I think
it's
it
kind of
finally
funny
is.
because it is the second one on the bracket, but it's the last one to go up. Yeah.
It's all in the right order. And it is Stifsre versus Alex the Rambler, with the Rambler being the red side that I'm looking at, and MrSmartDonkey will be looking at Stifsre in the yellow.
Wait, am I looking at? Oh, okay, right. I'm looking at Stifsre. Yes, you're right. I'm looking at Stifsre. Yes. We literally just said this. Yes, I'm looking at Stifsre.
Excellent. So we
yellow
all know
guy.
who the players are. As for the factions, I've already forgotten who they were. They're two Sands factions. I actually don't have their DLCs. I don't know their names.
The Rambler is Axum, and Stifsre is the Himyar, I believe.
Axum versus Himyar. And they've actually both brought some similar units as a result of sort of being the same cultural group.
Yes.
We've got a lot of these guys, the Kushit Shotlai.
Yeah, Kushit. We've seen them before. I think it was King of Pergamon who brought them in.
Yeah, he had loads against Vice Coffin.
Yeah, he was playing as the Tanukits. So yeah, it's kind of funny because we had a lot of factions to randomly pick from, as you guys saw in the bracket video, the introduction video. But we happened to get almost all of these Empire of the Sand factions, and now especially with Stifsre and Alex the Rambler both playing in the first round against each other. Gonna see some pretty similar units here.
So it's an extra Eastern engagement here in what is probably just some map in Western Europe.
It does look like it.
Equal then, doesn't it?
Whole bunch of armored camel warriors as well. On both sides, actually. I think Alex the Rambler has 2, and Stifsre had 6.
Yeah, Alex the Rambler's doing this little camel spear combo. By the looks of things, where he's got a camel unit supported by some heavy spears on both flanks.
Oh, interesting. Yes.
Stifsre's just gone camels, 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 camels. All camels.
So many camels. To have another further look on Stifsre's unit, our Stifsre's unit, since we've almost looked at all of them yet already. There's the Desert Levy as well, and he's got a really interesting archer unit. If you zoom in on them, you'll see that they have shields. They're called Asham. Yeah, shields.
Oh, nice, like a Pavis shield.
Yeah, so they're like a crossbowmen essentially, and what interesting is that if they're what I saw, because I had to quickly look at this battlefield because of something, but anyway, is that when they before they start firing, they actually have the shields out, like just like how you would use a shield normally, I suppose. But yeah, they put them on their backs when they're firing, just like crossbowmen, which I think is pretty interesting. I don't think there's a single unit in this game, single archer unit in this game that has that. Interesting
indeed.
And so yeah, Desert Levy has got a general, the Desert Warlord, and I think points for symmetricality here. It's a very symmetrical formation.
Yeah, Stifsre done pretty well. Rambler done pretty well as well. I think his reserve messes it up, unfortunately for Rambler, because he's put these swords and general not in the center.
Oh yeah, they put them inside of each other as well.
Which was a big mistake.
But
while we're here, I might as well point out that in his center he has these delicious Spice Guard. Some nice, super expensive two-handed axemen.
Their axes look so cool.
Those gigantic gilded axes that are probably going to wreck some shiz.
I would expect so, yes.
So let's have a little look at what other units are on the field. So Rambler's reserve, he's got the Afar Swordsman, very light melee infantry. I'm not sure what it means by very light, because they have like the same stats as the heavy melee infantry. So
no armor, I guess.
I guess it's their armor, but they're still pretty powerful. So
yeah, they're very powerful. Yeah.
Shock infantry-ish unit. And interestingly, Rambler has put an ambush out on today's field. He's put Desert Raiders on the extreme edges of the map, facing inwards. So perhaps hoping to draw Stifsre forward, and then surprise attack him with those 2 cav units. So we'll see if that actually happens. Who knows? And that's about it, really. He's also brought those Mars archers, which you were saying earlier, are slightly good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I seem to remember from my campaign that I played with the Axum that they are they have another archer unit which is apparently more expensive, but it's actually not as good as the Mars archers. So I remember these guys have either got more damage or more range or something. Overall they're just a good archer unit. They're tier 2 as well, but I expect he pays for them too.
So both sides have some special archers.
Indeed.
And is it the same amount? I think no, Rambler does have the advantage in terms of archers. We'll see if he actually decides to go for
And it looks like
skirmish.
the Asham on Stifsre's side actually don't have as much missile damage. They don't look as good, but they've got the massive missile block chance, which he told me is the reason why he went for them, is because they've got those shields. Anyway,
see if it actually blocks anything.
Yeah, when it
especially if it's on the back. Let's have a little look, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, let's fight. What are you going to do? Looks like Stifsre's moving right away.
Indeed.
He's rushing right up. Rambler just going to observe the scene to start with. Stifsre going to take up position on the edge of that wood line. Rambler is creeping up. It's just the archers to start with.
Creeping up.
He's creeping. No, he's just reforming slightly in front. Looks like he's moving slightly sideways as well. Just getting himself satisfied. And I'm guessing Stifsre's army is pretty hidden. It looks like a lot of them have hidden, so Rambler can't actually really see what's going on. So I'm guessing he isn't going to want to commit too much before he realizes where all the units actually are. His ambush on both sides probably going to be very safe from being discovered because it's so far away.
Yeah, they are rather far away.
So I'm guessing they are also going to remain hidden.
To be fair though, Stifsre moves his cavalry just out a little bit. I think the cavalry unit on Alex Rambler's right side is all like that one's never going to get discovered, but the one on the left doesn't look that far out there, and it is in a little bit of forest.
It's visible now. I know it's not. I'm lying. I just wasn't close enough for it to have the hidden icon.
Liar.
So I'm going to have some good old-fashioned camping. Now Stifsre is going to move forwards. He's shifting out, but he looks like he's going to keep his main infantry line hidden just about to where he's shifting. So he's going to fight just on the edge of the trees. Rambler still indecisive.
It's a very exciting, ecstatic battle going
he's got
currently.
The archers on the back line, which sort of suggests he's not going to skirmish, although he does have the skirmish advantage.
Yeah, it's quite big as well. I guess still because Stifsre's army is mostly hidden, he doesn't quite know what to do about it just yet, I imagine.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to do anything right now.
Because he might think that maybe there's some archers hidden around there as well, and he would lose that skirmish engagement.
Stifsre's creeping again.
Looks like he's setting up his archers.
Any more, his main force will become visible.
He's going to set up his archers in Alex's in loose formation as well, just to match the loose formation on Stifsre's side.
Oh yeah, they have loosened up, but they're still not moving up. They're almost in range. I think if they just shifted forward a little bit, we would have an archer battle.
Indeed.
But alas, it's another standoff. Camel's making a cheeky move there on Alex's right, perhaps? No, they're not, just reforming.
It's like, I don't know, it's going to be hard for the Rambler to win any cavalry battle just because that he has a lot less units. Plus, I believe that Desert Raider is a very light, it's a very light unit. They're not particularly good against armored camels, I can't imagine. So.
Yeah, they need to wait a long time. They need to wait till the camels are completely out of the way.
Yeah. And it looks like Stifsre, on top of that, has his Desert Levy pretty close to his cavalry as well, just to make it really annoying for the Rambler to do anything cavalry-wise. So far, this is... So
I guess the Rambler needs to use the skirmish advantage that he has to do some work. Try and chip away at Stifsre's infantry so he can use his own infantry, which is mostly the same, in order to just go and plow through them. But right now...
riveting gameplay.
We're going to have to get a book out. Because it is a standoff. Stifsre is not moving. He doesn't want to come out of the hidden position, and Rambler doesn't want to advance while he's still in the hidden position. So this is a classic true-to-life battle where both sides just wait to see what happens. Just microing their formations a tiny bit.
We had a little discussion beforehand. The Rambler said that he didn't quite think the map was entirely fair, and I'm starting to agree a little bit because the forest is kind of... Stifsre's just sort of sitting in it, and I feel like that is a little unfair. Yeah,
so I think it does incentivize him to sit there.
I think he has to move forward just a little bit to get at least out of the forest, so he doesn't have like a distinct advantage with having a forest there. Because if anything, this is not something I actually had thought about, but if anything, it might bring up it's an ambush at some point, which actually does lower the morale of the Rambler's troops a little bit. So
look at Stifsre's left. I think he might be about to discover the ambush on the side.
I know, the Desert Raiders.
He's going to try and set up an ambush of his own in the same place. Oh, they're running away.
Oh, they're running away, wow.
Still hidden.
They are indeed.
They haven't been spotted. I'm guessing they're only spotted now. Yes, they are, right.
Yeah, they're gone now.
So he's scattered.
The enemy approaches.
Uh-oh. In the center, the enemy approaches. That's a lie. They are completely stationary. Sorry, announcer, you've got it wrong yet again.
On the right side, he's moved up as well, but he can't quite see that Desert Raider yet. So the Rambler is just going to leave that unit there. And
does he suspect it? Is the question, because he saw the ambush on one side. He saw the symmetry of the formation. Is he going to think there was another one?
That's a good point.
It's barely hidden.
Looks like moving.
It's not even behind a tree in most cases. It's incredible that they can't see them.
Like I said, it's not looking to their right. They're all too focused. But it looks like Stifsre's moving his cavalry back on the left flank, but he's leaving his Desert Levy in there. I wonder if that was all a ruse.
That could be interesting. If Alex didn't realize the spears were going in as well, he might think it's safe to go back into the forest with his cav and then find the spears in ambush.
It'd be an interesting thing to see. Although, to be fair, the Desert Levy, I imagine if the armored heavy camels charged through it, they would probably destroy that unit anyway.
I guess, yeah, they suck sufficiently. that they probably can't do much damage even as an ambush. And they're actually coming back out of the forest now by the looks of it. They're going to go back to guard the camels.
That's too bad. I like that. I like the idea from Stifsre there, and then he sort of just doesn't use it and walks away again.
He gave up pretty quickly, but the archers have shifted up for Rambler. They're now in front of the line. I don't think they're in range, though. They're
Not
very
quite.
close to being in range. In fact, these range markers almost suggest that Stifsre's archers are in range, but neither side firing.
This is the problem with loose formation, that you have to be properly in range until even the first units start firing. It's kind of odd.
Right, so we've got one
here we
unit
go.
archers moving up. And no, they're moving back.
Archers on the Stifsre side are indeed firing now.
Oh, there we go. You've attracted some fire. Just the first couple of ranks of the archers firing, so no major volley is going to go off. Looks like Rambler not losing anything from that.
Yeah, it's literally just like
Few shots.
2 dozen men firing or something.
So there we go. The first bit of violence of the battle has occurred. 3 people shot an arrow at the ground near each other. That's
No
the
one's
start
died
to
yet,
this
though.
epic battle.
This is
Right,
not one of those
Stifsre
battles where
making
no
an
one
aggressive
dies.
move on his right. His camels are going
Oh, here we
right
go.
onto Rambler's flank. Is he going to try and just blast through Rambler's camels, which he probably could?
Is he going to discover that unit or no? He still doesn't look like
He's so
gonna
close
see
to it, but he hasn't seen it. So
Oh,
is he
my
going to
word.
get rear attack? Will Rambler take this opportunity to save his camels?
Oh, the first man has dropped.
Oh my god! Rambler, is he charging with the camels? He is. He's charging one camel against Stifsre.
Oh, and he's being charged in the back. I think he did that a little bit too early, because now Stifsre might be able to reply to that with the counter charge, which he would easily
He
win.
went in for the ambush, but one unit's not deployed. But Stifsre hasn't seen it, but looks
No,
to think, so
it
he
doesn't
did
look
get
like
rear
it.
attacked.
On the
Well,
other
they turned at
side,
the last
nothing's really
second.
happening.
They're okay now.
He's
So
still
the
got an
Spears
extra
are
one in
gonna try and
reserve as
fight each
well.
other.
He's not using the one. Oh, there he goes. He's using the one in reserve as well now. Looks
Meanwhile,
like the Spice Guard have moved up for some reason, taking the arrow fire. Seems like a very odd choice.
Now, that's got to be a bad choice, because surely they're terrible against missiles.
Yeah, you would
Oh
think
wait,
so.
they have bows of their own. They're an archer
What?
unit. Ah, now that's their secret.
Wait, what now?
They're firing arrows.
What is
somehow.
happening?
I've never seen
Yeah.
this unit, so
I
excuse
don't-
the newbiness, but
Yes,
did not expect that.
I should have actually remembered that. Yeah, this is true, but the thing is, why would he bother doing that? Why wouldn't he just charge them in full on
I'm guessing they're better at charging, but I mean, he still can't see all of Stifsre's line. Maybe he still suspects something.
Perhaps, yeah, that's a good point.
Doesn't want to just
Looks
run
like on the
in
right
there.
side that battle's going to go very poorly for Rambler. I can't imagine it's going to win that skirmish. Free cavalry versus... Well, free cavalry and a spear unit
it's
versus 2
Desert
cavalry and 1
Raiders
spear.
just going to go down to the cav, and
Yeah,
then
they're going
even
down very
more,
quickly.
not the cav to the camels, then even more
On
camels
the other
will come
side
in.
still stand up, but the units, the Kushite Shotalai, are about to reach the Kushite Shotalai. It's going to be very riveting gameplay right here.
Kushite on Kushite action coming in. Looks like Stifsre's ones are in a shield wall formation of some kind.
Yeah, and since there's no ranged weaponry on the Kushite Shotalai, I guess
Yeah.
that it probably is the best
Give him
option.
a nice tiny advantage.
Looks like the general's coming up as well, the Desert Warlord.
Charging, they're just ramming into it. Stifsre not going to
On
move. Just standing
Stifsre's
there
left
to shield.
side, the cavalry is coming in as well. He's actually sending one of them in the flank of the Kushite Shotalai, but his other ones are going against Alexa Rambler's cavalry, Desert Raiders, and the armored cavalry warriors,
Looks
of
like
course.
it will be enough. The Desert Raiders surely
And
can
the
go right down.
And the spear versus spear as well, except it's a desert. It's actually Desert Levy versus Desert Spears. I can't imagine there's a whole lot of difference in there.
It's got to be slightly better than Levy.
Looks like on the other side it's almost mopped up for
The Spice Guards,
Stifsre.
though. Massive axe charge in the center.
Oh, here we go.
Stifsre charged forward to meet it. Surely they're just going to hack through them.
Who are being shot in the back by their own archers as well. This is good stuff.
Hidden archers from Stifsre, setting everything on fire, including the back of his own formation. He
Oh,
loves
it
it.
looks like a center is dropping now. Alex Rambler is about to break through.
Rambler breaking through in the center there.
On the right flank, it's almost gone.
Through.
The left side is looking a little in Alex Rambler's favor because he's moved an archer over. I don't know what the archer's doing. It's sort of charged in there, but
not sure they're contributing.
oh,
much.
the entire middle is broken for Stifsre. It's not looking good for him at all right now.
There goes the middle. He's got the archers. Can they point blank range take down the men who are just charging forward at them? Probably not.
Looks like he's
They're
pulled
gonna
back
escape.
some units though. One of the cavalry units in the Kushite Shotalai. So his flanks are not doing too bad. Although it's general versus general action right now, with one of them being full, the other one being wounded, and about to be supported by some Kushite Shotalai on Alex Rambler's side.
This is very dangerous.
Can't imagine it's going to
Dangerous
last very long.
indeed.
He's
Stifsre's trying to bring his camels
yes,
back to
pulled back
help.
his camels there. It looks like he's about to send one of his camels into 3 archer units. If he can somehow manage to get in there without them skirmishing away, it's going to do a lot of damage. He's left the spear unit on its own there, and it looks like one of Alex Rambler's
Having a hard time. Yeah, got showered with arrows.
units came back, but it's just sitting there at the back together with his spear unit, just like Stifsre's spear unit actually. A lot of units not doing anything right now.
It's another chaotic battle.
On the other
What's
side,
happening on these flanks. It looks like Stifsre's spears getting screwed over on both sides. In fact, they're
Yeah.
getting abandoned.
Looks like in the center, it's actually not looking too bad for Stifsre anymore. It's not really a center battle anymore, but
it's just two little nodes of combat going on.
Indeed,
it's a sheer grind. How is Stifsre's general still alive?
Oh, general is indeed dead now.
Oh, there he goes. Right, so Stifsre is generalless. Is that going to cause any immediate routes? Possibly. It doesn't look like it, actually. There's one unit of armoured camels considering leaving combat with other armoured camels. And some,
do I leave?
There's bits on his side.
Oh, they've gone.
The archers did get caught by that camel charge, by the looks of things. They didn't skirmish away on the other side. So he's going to start grinding through Rambler's archers there very slowly.
Oh, but those units, armored camels, are not looking too good right now.
And now they are going down. They don't like the loss of their general. And I'm guessing they're taking slight damage trying to run through those archers.
Looks like Stifsre has no infantry except for one Kushacho to my left. The rest is all cavalry and archers.
He's trying to use those archers to bring down Rambler's units, but surely Rambler's is going to charge that infantry unit and destroy it. He's taking a lot of casualties though from those archers who...
He's actually firing back with his Spice Guard.
Oh, he stopped to use the bows on the Spice Guard.
Ooh, man,
a charge might be better.
Somehow the battle meter says it's in Stifsre's favor, but I feel like looking at the battlefield, it might be in... Well, actually, no, Rambler's losing his entire left flank or right flank as well now.
Yeah,
he's just got archers back.
Some very healthy units out there on the side for Stifsre who you can still bring in despite not having a general.
Yeah,
so
good point. Looks like
Stifsre's
his archers are being chased all the way away by that desert warlord, and he's sending an armored camel warrior after that unit.
Oh no, is this
if he catches him
general going to go down?
It looks like that would be the case. If that happens, I think that's going to be the end of it for him.
Probably is.
Oh, he's just got caught.
Right, Rambler broke the center for Stifsre, but now Stifsre's bringing in camels.
Oh,
camel charge.
That general versus camel warrior unit. The camel's actually thinking about leaving right now. It's almost got the general. Oh, it's actually recovered back to shaken, but getting shot in the back as well there.
Friendly fire. They don't care as long as they kill that general. It's all good.
Indeed.
Well, now things turned around morale-wise. The general routes.
Oh, there he goes.
It's just very dangerous for Rambler
This is a close battle right now.
This is very close. Rambler bringing in loads of units into the center.
So many archers and stuff, though, like units that aren't particularly amazing, and it looks like Stifsre's got exactly the counter for that. He's got a whole bunch of cavalry units still alive.
That's true, actually. But will he actually be able to deploy them?
That's
right now, they're all just sort of doing their own thing in the corners of the map.
Well, I guess he's got mobility on the side because of that. It looks like Rambler's going to have to go chase him, and he could just take his time setting up his units in a... Well, what kind of formation can you make, really, with one infantry unit, which is the Desert Levy unit?
Something dodgy. There goes
enemy
the general.
Dead. Yeah.
And that's causing a morale shock.
Oh, wow, yes. If that's going to do it.
Wavering. Well,
oh, my God, one gone.
They're going.
Oh, my God.
Combat required.
That did it. Wow. So, I thought that was relatively close. If that general hadn't gone, maybe that would have been a somewhat close battle, but I don't know. The cavalry probably would have just charged through and just made it, but Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah, I think in a sheer grind, Stifsre would have just about won, but he didn't have to, as it turns out.
Indeed.
It would have been very close. And the whole forest that they fought in just burnt out.
Nothing there anymore.
They were just using fire arrows for whatever reason to set everything on fire. Delightful.
Indeed. That was an interesting battle. That was a very close battle up until the end there. That was a
very interesting battle. So what a nice way to end the first round.
Indeed.
Of the Total War Attila tournament.
Yes. So for once, I don't have to say who will be playing. Actually, I still have to say who will be playing next in the next round. Stifsre will be playing Musi in the next round. Yep. Which we will see. I have no idea when, because I have no idea how we're going to record round 2 yet, but you'll figure it out.
One day in the distant future.
You'll see it next week, regardless.
Colds for future rounds.
Indeed. So yeah, any closing thoughts on the round 1?
I'm not sure if this is true, but I'm going to put it out there that the players who had the most symmetrical formations always won. I think that's my analysis from round 1, so we'll see if that rule continues into round 2.
I think you're pretty...
I'm trying to think, like Inko against Dragonheart, he had a pretty symmetrical formation. Legend of Total War in his battles, he brought symmetrical formations.
Malekith against...
Malekith, yeah, got a victory with a very symmetrical formation. I'm pretty sure they all won, and it's all based on your initial formation. Even if you don't give any orders in the actual battle, you still win if you have a very symmetrical starting formation, so... Little pro tip from someone who has played 0 Attila battles online.
So there are Prussian Prince versus Haxa. They both had a super similar symmetrical formation, except Prussian Prince actually had that formation where you had infantry, cavalry, archers, or infantry, archers, cavalry, something.
Cavalry as a main line.
So it was symmetrical, but it wasn't very neat. Like it was all just 1 line, 2 line. Like it was just 3 lines behind each other.
There was no beauty. It was
exactly
just a box.
But he won that round anyway. So. I don't know. Anyway, you might be right on that. We'll
The
find
only
out.
one
But
because
now,
Hexo's formation wasn't perfectly symmetrical because he had a shock infantry one side of his army and a
Oh,
regular
you're right,
other
yeah.
side, so it was disgusting symmetry. So that
and I
explains
remember,
everything.
no, the Wise Coffin won his battle against.
That's true.
King
And
of Pokemon. He
I
had
think
like
King of
pikes on
Pokemon
one
did
side.
have a more symmetrical formation.
Yeah, and Wise Coffin had
And he
pikes
even
on
had
one
an
side.
uphill, like he went downhill against Wise Coffin's unsymmetrical formation. So I don't know what happened in that battle.
This is true. That
Some
was a
sort
very
of
close one.
glitch must have occurred. because
Hacking
the symmetry
probably
rule
by
didn't work there, but it
Wise
worked the rest of the time. So
Indeed.
we'll see.
Well, we're going to see a whole lot of symmetrical people up against each other in the next round.
Yeah, that's true. All the symmetry fans have won, so they're going to go forwards. So we're going to see some nice symmetrical battles next time, hopefully.
Indeed. Until then, thank you all very much for watching, and have a good day and goodbye.
We'll see you then.